Hey there, darlings. Welcome back to Roots and Refuge.
Hi. I'm one of your best darlings.
You are my best darling. You are darling number one.
Uno darling.
Oh, it's cold outside right now. We are walking down to the garden as the sun sets. And I'm going to take a few pictures because we are most assuredly freezing tonight. We have been flirting with frost, I should say that, for I mean really the last couple of weeks. Like we had that cold snap a couple weeks ago. Oh, I am not bundled enough for this. It's currently 41 right now. That's 5 Celsius. And before any of you are like, that's not even cold, I know you live in very cold places. I'm not equipped. I'm not emotionally prepared to be cold. The feels like temperature right now is 24, the wind chill. That's negative, let's see, -4 Celsius, is that right? So tonight though, we are getting our first hard freeze. And so it's definitely gonna kill the garden. We've had a few like very mild frosts, but we haven't actually frozen. So it's been damaged. Hey, you want me to take that camera? There's a loose chicken. I'm gonna leave Jeremiah behind so we can go look at the garden. But yeah, there's this really like cold Arctic breeze flowing. I just wanted to walk you guys down here and say a little goodbye to this year's garden. Honestly, I have not spent a lot of time in this space really in the last 2 months. I have harvested stuff. I've come out to harvest. This is a volunteer tomato. This didn't really get very far. There were a few that were ripe on here, but mostly not. I think this was actually don't know which one this was. It looks like it crossed. It looks kind of like the Wild Boar Farms like blueberries, but they're a little more elongated, so I'm thinking that's a cross. More tomatoes popping up. Of course those are all gonna die tonight. It's always so sad to see it go. This year less so. This has been a strange gardening year for me. Normally I spend these last days before frost just harvesting a ton and soaking it all up. And though I have been out here quite a bit, I more or less let this year's garden go a couple months ago. Look at all this volunteer basil growing everywhere. Holy basil. Hey, avocado kitty. What's up, girly? Is it cold? So these are the Jack and the Beanstalk beans. Of course, they've died back a good deal, but I really had hoped more of them would dry out. I can only harvest the seeds once they're dry, and a lot of these are probably not mature enough yet. Breezy! That's frigid!
Whose idea was this? Through my head.
Maya just said he's glad he hadn't got a haircut yet because that wind it's very cold. Oh, all this volunteer chamomile. I wonder if it'll make it through. It can freeze. Really depends on how hard it freezes tonight. Bye, beautiful sunflowers. Yeah, I'm gonna move this. I want to put those roses. I've got those Tangerine Skies arbor roses I want to put right here. Sowards, I thought we might walk down here and talk about how different this garden's going to be next season, but in the spirit of self-preservation, I don't know if I really want to stand out here for very much longer.
I'm not going to be very talkative.
I'm not dressed for this. I need more layers. Maya did close up the high tunnels, which the cool weather tunnel, it would probably be fine. So in this tunnel where the cool weather stuff is growing, this will be fine, but I did want him to go ahead and close it up because it was 75 degrees yesterday, 24 Celsius. And the biggest thing about your stuff living through cold temps, like it's not going to be that cold tonight relatively. I mean, things like kale can live at 27 degrees just fine. The issue is that they can't always live going from 75 to 27 in 36 hours. So there's not a lot of acclimation. We did have some like close to frosts, but then it got warm again. So we went ahead and closed this up. You can see the bananas already had a little bit of damage from the previous light frosts. They'll be zapped tonight. Even with this closed, it's not airtight and it's not warmed, so it's not gonna, you know, protect them fully. The brassicas look good. Here's your Brussels sprouts. You happy? Yeah, Maya just pointed out he planted all of this. How's that feel? You planted all of this.
I'm a gardener.
Yeah, you are.
And then whenever I get clear instructions.
When you get clear instructions. Yeah, I was sending him planting instructions from Scotland for this because I had
That's the only reason why this is successful.
No, it's successful because you planted it. But yes, I did tell you where to put things. But you could have put them wherever you wanted. They still would have grown. It would have been fine.
Maybe. It's nice having Jessica in your back pocket, though.
Yeah. Y'all, these cabbages and that's celery. This is from where we cut back last year. Like I harvested the cabbages and now they're growing little tiny cabbage heads. Isn't that interesting?
So these are from like last year?
Yeah. And those are all those blackberries, which I don't want to have blackberries in here anymore, but I'm letting them grow and then we'll move them out.
Yeah, back into the berry bed.
Yeah. All of this kale was last year's kale, and when it was done, cut down to the ground. And this grew back from the roots. So this is the second year of kale from that. Isn't that great? And it's going to taste so good after this cold weather. Sun's going down. I do not expect really anything in here to still be here tomorrow. This year has been different. What are you about to cut? So I'm shooting a video. I asked Jeremiah to come on a walk with me and carry my camera because I couldn't carry both, and kind of say see you next year to the garden. He's hilarious though. He cannot walk down our driveway without finding 14 things to do. So he's piddling. All right, story time. Those of you who have been here with us for a while have heard the story, but these are Tabasco peppers, and I harvested a good deal. Tabasco peppers are prolific. I plant 2 plants every year. I think this year we ended up with 3. There's 2 here, and that one was mismarked. I thought that was something else that I was putting right there. That's another Tabasco plant, and since it's by itself, it got really big. Anyway, sorry for that sound. The wind is intense right now, blowing in this cold front. Years ago, on the day of a first frost, much like today, I was out in the garden gathering absolutely everything I could, and I had Tabasco pepper plants. And I had already harvested a good deal of Tabasco peppers. As with everything in here, there is still some fruit on these plants, plenty of fruit. Like this is a lot of fruit. But I've already harvested all I want. I have, in maturing in gardening, I have learned to let things go. This stuff will get torn out after the freeze. The fruit will still be edible. You know, we'll throw a lot of this stuff to the chickens. They'll enjoy it. We've already thrown some of it to the chickens. But I have learned that really, whenever you have a closed loop cycle on your farm, there's not waste. Yes, and I get flack being on a public platform. People will see things like food that's going to go bad and they'll be like, you're wasting, you should donate that, somebody should have that. But it's going to go to my animals, it's going to go to my compost. The energy is staying on the farm. It's not waste. When I first started, I had a much harder time seeing it that way. And so on the day of the first frost, sun was going down, I was out of time, and I had some Tabasco plants like these, and they were loaded. And so I cut them off and I carried them in. I put them in my basement. I have been blessed in my life with the trial and the gift, I think, of ADHD. My brain is wired a little differently than a lot of people's. So if something is out of sight, it is out of mind. The pepper plants were in our basement in our old house, and I just forgot about them because, you know, we didn't always go down there. A couple weeks went by. Maybe I would see them and be like, oh, I should do that. And then I would not go back down there and forget. And they dried out. pretty good over a course of a couple weeks. And so then they're crumbly all over the floor. Well, then it was like coming around to, you know, the winter. Obviously it's been frozen and we have these dried pepper plants. Well, we were getting ready to renovate our basement. And so we went down there, we were gonna clean everything out and get ready to remodel it. And in later years, we spent a lot of time in the basement. But the pepper plants had dried out and they were crumbly all over the place. And Maya, being the efficient putterer that he is, he took the shop vac and he shop vacked up the pepper plants. Do you remember when you shop vacked the pepper plants?
The bits that were left?
Yeah.
And essentially pepper sprayed everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
The peppers going through the shop vac exploded. And the way shop vacs work is they have like a filter and everything goes in and they gather all the dust, but it does blow some air out. And the air that it blew out was spicy. We were all in the basement, you know, like getting it, you know, cleaned out. And it effectively pepper sprayed. I'm sure it wasn't as intense as actual like pepper spray sprayed to the face.
It was absolutely. There was honestly flashbacks to boot camp.
I guess you could say I've never been pepper sprayed.
Trust me, it was CS gas in boot camp, and that's essentially like a concentrated pepper spray, and it was like very reminiscent. Snot was coming out, eyes were burning, hard to breathe. It was
bad.
Rough.
It was bad. The lesson was learned, and now on the day of the first frost, we don't take pepper plants into the house.
No, never again.
That has been vetoed, most definitely. So I know people see things like this flapping. We don't even have a front door on this high tunnel. And you may be like, why aren't you trying to make that more airtight? This tunnel is 24
by 60.
24 by 60. You can heat high tunnels, but we have the type of high tunnel that has a high sidewall. Our high tunnel is specifically meant for hot climates where we can roll the sides up really high. We have shade cloth on it because our season extension is not just that we want to grow things in the winters, we want to grow things in the summer. Our summers are really hot. So typically if people are trying to heat a high tunnel over winter, they have kinds that the sides go almost all the way down to the ground. The roofs are shaped different, and yes, you button them up really tight. The thing is, for us, it will be 75 degrees again probably in the next week or two. Like we go from pretty hard freezes to pretty warm days throughout the winter, and so we have to raise the sides of our high tunnel throughout the winter, so they're up and down, and so there's no really buttoning this up. We will secure this where it won't flap, but it's just we're having one cold night and then it's gonna get warm again. So mostly I just let things go, let them be seasonal. Yes, it's a bummer, but you know, we appreciate them more when we have them in season, and I will miss my tomatoes and peppers for the next 6 months and having them fresh. Maybe at some point in the future I would consider trying to do something to grow over the winter, but probably not. Thing is, we can grow food over the winter. Yeah. It's just not this food.
Right.
All those.
I think we're just going to get more into eating season.
Yeah, and that's what we've really been leaning more into, is just eating seasonally. We enjoy brassicas when it's cold outside and peppers and tomatoes when it's warm, and kind of leave it at that.
And honestly, I think the only really like reasonably affordable way to heat something this big would be like a geothermal setup, which would require.
I've seen people do some cool stuff. I mean, even if you had a smaller high tunnel, you can put like black barrels to like hold heat, and you can do compost in there. There's ideas, but it's just
this much space.
No, you have to have a smaller one. Yeah.
This much space.
Well, it's not just this much space. It's this much space and such a high roof.
Right.
Like the heat would go up there. It's just we don't have the right kind of high tunnel to be trying to do that. I like if you live in a place that you have like a really short growing season, that makes sense.
Sure.
It's November the 10th right now, and like we're having our first hard frost. Like that's silly. Like,
and also like I get sick of eating the same things, and so like I like the idea of eating seasonally because it mixes it up and doesn't make me get tired of eating something.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this is kind of funny. This is 4 tomato plants right here. This is a variety. I can't remember what it's called, but I got it. It's an F1 hybrid, and it's for high tunnel growing. And I need to go back and look at my order and see what this one was called, because I would really like to grow it again. It's done beautifully through the late season. I planted it later because I was wanting late season tomatoes, but then I didn't stake it up. I went to Scotland, all that stuff. It was wild by the time I got back, so I just let it go. And this is, it's gone all the way over that bed. It's gone over here. But it's the tomatoes are great. They're smallish. Oh, look. There we go. There's another one. There are probably quite a few green tomatoes on here. Oh, it's so tempting for me to just start getting everything I can. Well, I had to hand the camera to Maya because I started picking tomatoes. It is so hard for me. I'm sitting here telling them, oh, it's not waste, it's all this stuff. Like, I've made my peace with it, but then something comes up in me that I'm like, maybe I haven't fully made my peace with it. The tomatoes.
Just thinking out loud?
Yeah.
Like talking yourself into it, hyping yourself up?
What do you mean? Like, leave it alone?
Yes.
You're fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I can leave it. I don't need this. I'll be fine without the garden. I love eating seasonally. Yeah, it's something
I'm
like
so
that.
ready for fall food.
And I'm like, my precious.
Oh no!
My precious.
I can see my breath now.
Yeah, it's like dropping fast. It's probably dropped 10 degrees since we've been out. All right, well. That is a really cold tomato.
It's like iced tomato.
Cheers, friends. Until next year. Hey there, darlings. Editing Jess here. I just finished editing the video that you just finished watching. I am also just finished recording a podcast, the first one I've done in a little while, so that'll be up on the podcast soon. But I realized in the chill, and I ended up picking a little bit more. I left a lot of it, but I picked a little bit more. I forgot to say goodbye. So thank you for hanging out with me today. I bless you. Until next time.